to think that I can accomplish everything that I've accomplished in my career and not be a student of the game and not have that passion and not take this serious is almost, it's disrespectful, and it's almost a joke.
Now here's a statement the Cardinals released. After seeing the distraction it created, we removed the addendum from the contract. It was clearly perceived in ways that were never intended. Our confidence in Kyler Murray is as high as it's ever been, and nothing demonstrates our belief in his ability to lead the team more than the commitment reflected in his contract. Ryan, I want to get your take on this because this seemed like a thing that was totally avoidable, and now this situation has become a distraction. Or is it maybe a distraction we're overblowing?
Well, here's what happened. Kyler Murray was embarrassed, and the team actually knows how much he studies. So both parties are right here. One of the things players miss in the NFL teams, they watch and keep track of how much film a player watches on their iPad. I was somebody who always wanted to do it in the facility. I don't like taking the football home and watching on the iPad while my kids were kicking me and wanting to play. But they watch these guys. A couple of years ago, an NFL quarterback who's no longer in the NFL only watched 2 plays before starting a game in the NFL. And I'll also say this, I'm a huge fan of Kyler Murray. I think he's a fantastic talent. And when he says he's accomplished so much, other than the $260 million contract, what has he accomplished other than a great start to the season every year? You have to win in the NFL. Kyler Murray has not done that. Now, I don't think that the Cardinals did it the right way. I applaud them for that statement. When was the last time you heard an NFL team say, well, it had a different impact than we intended? That never happens in the NFL. So hats off to the Cardinals for learning that. But Kyler Murray absolutely must have been doing something that made them want to put that addendum in there. As you mentioned, they retracted. But Kyler Murray has to understand, he has to watch film. And it's common in the NFL for young players to think that they do not have to watch film. And film study is an art whose brushes are patience and focus. And if Kyler Murray doesn't have that, the only thing he's going to see from this contract is the guaranteed money. And if he does, we might see a whole new level of production from Kyler Murray. I'm excited about this development. Maybe it was a little rough, but it's going to create some excitement.
I'm curious because you've obviously signed a few of these deals yourself. Have you ever seen language like that for any player about studying and film and the amount of hours that go in?
I mean, I've seen a team want to tell a player how much donuts they can order, or things like that. I mean, you're talking about $260 million. Now, if I was going to borrow your car, I bet you'd have a couple of addendums if I did so, right? But this is something that's very common, and fans forget, yes, it's market value for Kyler Murray. That's a whole lot of money. And anybody who's going to invest in their talent that way, they want to have some control levers. But that's not where the NFL is going anymore. That's the past, and teams are starting to learn that. But as you can imagine, any type of thing, you have weight limit restrictions. I had a teammate that got fined, $1,000 a pound overweight, which he was. I mean, so I don't think that flies in any other workplace too. I mean, hey, if we said to you, you can't gain 5 pounds, and if you do, we're going to charge you $5,000, would you want to work there? The NFL is different. No HR departments there for NFL teams, but it's common for teams to place something in the language to get the most out of their player.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.